or we have some places here at the front. We've got a special guest here today. This is my grandfather. This is Dave Waterbury. You know, my grandpa Dave needs a microphone on. You're welcome. Bear with me here. It's red light. And the red light's not going off. Let's try.
I can speak clearly.
You can speak pretty clearly. So anyway, I know nothing electronic for me. Happens. Well, we'll work with this, Grandpa. I'll take mine off my neck.
Oh, it should be working.
Is it working?
Can you hear me back?
Yeah. I can hear you.
It might be working.
All right. So Stephen's coming down. Maybe Stephen's fingers will be on the While you're doing that, Stephen, I'll start my part. I brought something here. It's under my chair. Let me grab it. Oh, what is it? A box. You're right. It's a baby box. And there's some stuff in here. And the stuff in here belongs to, she's hiding her face, my daughter, Dave's great-granddaughter, Ella. And it's a memory box. This is a small box compared to the memory box I had at home. The one I had at home is quite large. And I keep storing stuff, things I love, things to remind me of the past. Things like this little shirt, Sparks, that you used to wear, but now you're a guide. I have my grandma Ruth, Dave's deceased wife. My grandma knit this for Ella. Actually, she knit it for Ethan, I should really say. But Ethan didn't get to wear it. That's right. So it went to Ella. I also have in here a report card, because I like to remember how Ella and Ethan do over the years. I have, oh, this is something spiritual. This is a book that you were given on the date of your baptism in October 12th, 2003. So that reminds me when she was baptized. And the last thing I have in here, I just took out just a few things. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? This was a trip we took to Florida, and Ella met Cinderella there. So we keep things like this to remember. And today, today's a day of remembering. Today's a day of remembering something different, though. And I asked Grandpa to bring a memory box with him, and I don't know really what's in it. So let's see.
It's a memory bag. Pretty heavy. And this being remembrance time, this is what I remember. I'm particularly delighted to remember what these elder fellows strung along the front here.
Do you want me to hold your bag?
No,
while you do that?
I didn't have the fortunate good age to belong to the senior service. I didn't remember the senior service that I did. Where's all the days? How was that? Are all the rest of you was Air Force people like me? Well, they're still not. Okay, so with that in mind, I thought I should remember things, remember the 11th and the service was on and involved. But I see you haven't got your caps on. You should have mine on. But sure. 1938, 39, any of you older folks remember that.
There you are.
Yes.
So you were a navigator.
Yes. These are two pilots on the end here. These are two engineers. These are three wireless operators. There's lots. And this picture, this crew was formed at Easter Pass. We got the signal, go to Reykjavik. And then you know where Reykjavik is? You know where Iceland is, or Reykjavik. And they shipped us out of there, airplanes and trucks, the ships, sergeant majors and their tools and everything else. And all went off to Iceland, spent the rest of the war there. We did most of our fun out of Scotland. One morning trying out, we were doing anti-cell work. Can't really everybody realize that. And we were we escorted the Queen Mary a couple of times, the Princess of Scotland and others, out of Halifax and New York. One morning in June the 14th, 1944, we got to D-Day with it. South we're all heading north. Then to Norway, so you fellas couldn't remember those days well. We were flying up, we always left the base so we could be over our target at dawn. Just as we approached dawn, approached our target, the co-pilot said, "There's something down there." Moved the aircraft around and went down, and there was a submarine at snorkel depth. Snorkel was a thing that they keep up above the surface.
So it wasn't down underneath the water, is that this one?
We went in and we attacked them. They attacked us. The final setup was this. They put our airplane in the ocean and we said, "There's something." And then that's probably 3 of those boys were not here from that. 5 of us escaped.
I know
That's to remember.
that's a historic story for you, especially because you were happy that you were a Boy Scout, right?
That's right. I could still better than the others.
And you had to swim for something.
Okay, but it's not to say, well, we ought to go there back. I feel we got to bring it back. But we'll talk about that today.
I'm very proud of
And
you.
we should all remember that other side. 40 Nazi sailors down to the depth of that iron castle in the Cody. Got back safe, shore safely. And after a while they said, "Okay, Waterbury, home you go." And I came home to here, right down the street of the apartment on North Street. I came to this church and I came to St. James Church the last days of the war. What a wonderful reunion this is for me to be back here with. And, Krista is not the first minister in my family. My grandfather at St. George's Church, that church, he was there for 30 years. Can you imagine that? And when I joined the Air Force, he gave me a little testament, a red letter testament my mother called it. And I carried that with me and I had it in my bag. I had it in my bag when that we were flying into the center. This is not it. It's in the bag, in the airplane, down with the submarine, and the water's off on it. It's been there for 70 years. And when we finished up, of course, we might get used to the youngsters. They gave us some of these. So these gave me those. This is a piece of paper chart showing, and you can't see it. England is here, and Norway is off here, and right here are 5 spots of submarines being sunk.
These little dots up here.
By
one of the reasons why we're here is to talk about peace and to learn about ways of living that are peaceful and ways of negotiating, so that hopefully you'll never have to experience what Grandpa and some of these other gentlemen here in the room today experienced. But we're